Storm Isha looks to be one of the strongest storms of the 23-24 season. It is likely to damage power networks and bring significant transport disruption. Now, across parts of southwest England, we're likely to see gusts reaching around 60 or 70 miles an hour, maybe some 80-mile-an-hour gusts into the northwest.
Porthkerry Park, y Bari ac Ynys y Bari. Platfform 3 am y gwasanaeth 17 munud wedi un o'r tro trafnidiaeth.
Service to Barry Island. So glad I already I just would have really no, I think it would have been fine. It would have been just fine.
Hello, welcome to another video, and a big thank you to everyone who has subscribed. You will have seen earlier I was down on Barry Island, got myself a burger. I tried to do an intro down there, but the wind was too strong, there were too many people walking back and forth, so it was easier just to come up here, a bit more sheltered, and you get to see Barry Castle, what's left of it. From here, I'm going to make my way down to Porthkerry Park and set a tarp up along near the coast. There is a storm coming in. We're looking at 60 to 70 mile an hour gusts along South Wales, although Scotland will get the worst of it, I hear. But it should be quite an exhilarating time. Let's hope my shelter holds up. I'll see you down there. Made it down to the park easily enough. I'll have a quick look around, and if it's all clear, I'll put the guy line up, get the tarp set up. And apologies if you can't hear me because of the wind. I still haven't bought a proper microphone. It's on the to-do list when I can afford one. As you can see, I've gone for the low profile. I've finally been able to set up get everything inside. I'm laying on my tent, using that as a ground sheet this evening. There are cars in the car park, a few people walking around with their dogs, but they're not coming down here. Oh, there's somebody. Welcome back. It's 7:15 now. I had to wait over 2 hours for all the people who were hanging around on the beach or dog walking, whatever, for them all to go home. I've been sat in here in the dark all that time. Now, the tarp is held up by a guy line between these two big trees. That one is acting as a windbreak because it's clearly coming in this way. So the tarp is low down and the wind is sort of whipping up and over it. So it's a little bit lower profile than I was hoping for, but aerodynamically I'm hoping it's the right setup. I'm going to show you my new bike cover which I got the other day. It's a small size. It's actually designed for small motorbikes like a 125 or a scooter, but it fits my mountain bike beautifully, and the panniers. And I don't like leaving her out in the rain. Plus I really like that camouflage look. I'm just looking at those branches above me, swaying around. I'm probably worrying over nothing. I'll take my mind off it by having a fire and getting my food on. I'm bloody starving. So because of the time and the conditions, I'm not going to bother messing around with flint and fire plugs today. I'm going to use a couple of fire lighters, got 2 bits of kindling and one of these big fire blocks. You can get 5 in a pack from Lidl. I've never used them before, but oh, that wind's picking up. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Let's hope I don't mess it up. I think I'm going to move this outside of the tarp just a little bit more. There we go. So I'm not worried about the heat on the tarp because it's relatively cold outside, it's raining, so that's constantly cooling it down. And with the rain covering this area here, I'm not going to worry about the fire sort of spreading. The only concern I have are embers flying back inwards and setting fire to my stuff and me. Right. Hopefully once I'm halfway through this, that will have burnt right down and I'll have some nice big chunky coals to cook on and give off a bit of heat. And it's, yeah, that's very pleasant actually, with the sound of the sea in the background. It's been a long time since I did a coastal camp, and I'll be honest, I nearly chickened out of doing this one. I'm glad I made it. Well, cheers. I'm going to use a new cooker from Fire Dragon. It's a lightweight, compact mini cooker. I'm going to hopefully boil my potatoes on there. There we are, and I just so happen to have quite a few of these Fire Dragon green and clean solid fuel. So basically it's a gel. Peel the lid off, pop it in and light it. I have no idea if the plastic will melt. Yeah, it seems to be melting. Well, they don't mention putting the gel in the bottom without the plastic. So if I've cocked up, let me know in the comments. So I'm going to pop some herbs, salt and pepper on here and in there, and come back to you in a bit. Unfortunately, I had a bit of a mishap, and somehow, possibly because this wasn't flat enough, this just tipped over and I lost most of the water. So even after using up my second tab, it wasn't enough. Fortunately, I've got my Trangia. Pretty, but bad. Not even halfway through this. Been keeping an eye on the fire, messing up with this, and listening to that rain. can't even remember how this goes on. Okay. It's a little deformed, so it won't slot in. Let's see if I can force it. There we go. Now the stake is way bigger than the fire, so I'll just have to move it about until it shrinks a bit. Oh, smells good already. That's always a good sign that it cuts easily. Yep, that is lovely. I'll come back to you when I've finished food, tidied everything up, and I'm ready for some sleep. Almost ready for bed. I've got my hot chocolate. Covered in mud on the bottom now. It's still too hot to drink. So while I'm waiting for that to cool down, I'm going to have pudding. I was hoping to do some custard to go with my rhubarb pie, which would have complemented the rhubarb and custard ale I had earlier. But I've run out of water, so I just have to eat it as is. This is still hotter than the sun. My knee is giving me jip. It was giving me jip after the last camp, and it took over a week to stop playing up. And with all the crouching and wandering about I've been doing today, it started playing up again. It's awfully sore, and I've got that very steep hill to go up tomorrow before making my way back down to the train station. So I will be taking my time and going very slowly. I don't care what the weather's like. It's still too hot. That was lovely. It's going to be really difficult to leave no trace tomorrow. It's going to be a big mud patch. I'll come back with some grass seed. It's 11:30 now. I've almost finished my drink, tidied up. I'm very tired. I'm looking forward to getting some sleep. Just want to say another thank you to everyone who has subscribed, and thank you for all the comments on the last video. I hope you enjoyed seeing Floyd as much as I did. I'm sure I'll go back in a few weeks maybe and see how he's doing, if he's still there. And lost quite a few subscribers on my last video. Not sure what I did wrong there. Maybe they just don't like peacocks. Almost out of battery now. So I'm going to put the camera on charge, and I'm going to put myself on charge. And I'll see you in the morning, hopefully. Night. You doggy. Who are you? What you up to, doggy? You see?
Go get him, go get Joe. Where's Joe? Go get Joe. Morning.
Morning.
You after the sunrise?
I'm going to have to leave before it comes up, but it was still a beautiful morning.
All right, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Digby, go get Joe, go on.
I've half packed everything, but I need to get everything taken down before that rain sets in. So I'll crack on with that. Loads of space. Shame about the mud. Finished packing just in time for a sunrise. Well, that's it from me today. Thanks very much for watching another video. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, please let me know why. Maybe I can fix it. Take care. See you soon.